In the forest so far and shady, lived a beautiful girl named Gracia. Gracia, who knew as beautiful girl and generous. In the forest, Gracia lived with her grandmother in a simple cottage. She spent her day filled with happiness, but Gracia sometimes feels lonely because there was no one to play with her. But one day when Gracia walked to explore in forest, find a rabbit trapped between fallen trees, she quickly helped the rabbit and treated her wound. When the sun was about to go down and the forest was growing silent, Gracia realized that she had gone so far into the forest that she had forgotten the way back home. After so long digesting the way home that she had not seen, Gracia felt tired and rested for a while under a shady tree. On the other hand, in a kingdom that was so majestic and peaceful, led by a king and queen who loved their people. In this kingdom, a handsome and charming prince grew up, named Prince Javier. But unfortunately, the beauty of Prince Javier's face was not as beautiful as his lazy and careless nature towards other people. Prince Javier was getting older, and it should be time to replace King Philip's to lead the kingdom. However, because his bad character, the king became hesitant about giving his throne to Prince Javier. He was worried about the fate of the people if Prince Javier was charged. So with that, he asked the fairy godmother to help him so that Prince Javier could improve his character. One day, when Prince Javier rode into the forest, because he was too engrossed in playing, the prince didn't realize he had entered the forest too deep, so he couldn't return to the kingdom and was forced to stay temporarily in the forest. Because Prince Javier was confused about finding his way home, he decided to take a walk into the forest. After feeling tired, he decided to rest under the tree in front of him, and then he was surprised to see a very beautiful girl sleeping under the big tree. Feeling curious, Prince Javier tried to wake the girl up. Gracia felt her sleeping disturbed. She woke up and was surprised to see a handsome young man in front of her. After a moment of silence, Prince Javier asked Gracia,
"Who are you and where are you from?
I'm Gracia and I live in this forest, but now I'm lost.
How do we find our way home together?"
All right, but what's your name?
"I'm Prince Javier, the prince of this kingdom, and I got lost while riding my horse."
When it was almost night, they finally found Gracia's hut. Because Prince Javier didn't know the way back his home, Gracia asked Prince Javier to stay at her hut for a while. Prince Javier agreed, even though he felt that Gracia's hut was very different from his kingdom. Because he was not used to a simple life, Prince Javier just lazed around without intending to help Gracia. One day, Prince Javier confessed his feelings to Gracia. However, Gracia was still hesitant to accept Prince Javier. After some time passed, Prince Javier acted arbitrarily. Made Gracia angry, she told Prince Javier to leave her house. After being banished by Gracia, Prince Javier pondered his fate. The fairy godmother, who had been watching over Prince Javier for a long time, wanted to help him. However, Prince Javier refused the fairy godmother's help. He realized that his nature had been very bad, so he decided to change for the better. Then he began to build a hut for him to live in, all of which he did himself without anyone's help. For a month, Prince Javier had been in his hut. He often met Gracia. Gracia realized that Prince Javier had changed for the better and became a hard worker. The fairy godmother, who was still watching over Prince Javier, decided to tell everything that had happened with Prince Javier to King Philip and Queen Eliza. The king and queen, who heard the news, were very happy. Then they asked the fairy godmother to bring Prince Javier back to the kingdom. Prince Javier agreed to go to kingdom. He was welcomed with great joy and merriment. King Philip and Queen Eliza held a very grand party, and all the people of the kingdom were invited, including Gracia and her grandmother. King Philip announced that Prince Javier would ascend the throne and became the leader of the kingdom. Prince Javier carried out his new duties with great joy. Then Prince Javier proposed to Gracia and announced their wedding. In the end, the kingdom prospered and the royal family and the people lived happily side by side.
I can't complain, but no, take me home